Hi guys, it's Haley. Alan told you his side of the story, but I'm going to tell you mine. Okay, so we first met when I was 6 and he was 7 at his house. We were having a party before we were going to Myrtle Beach. It was like a month before we went. So we're on our way to Myrtle Beach, and all the cars have walkie-talkies so we can communicate with each other. And Alan and I hogged the walkie-talkies so we could talk to each other, and just us. And I was in the back of the car under a blanket so nobody else could hear our conversation. So we get to Myrtle Beach and in the house, and the house that we were staying in had a pool and a hot tub, and it was also like a block away from the beach. So whenever we were doing anything, I was always at Alan's side, or back, I guess you could say. So during the week, we kind of got to know each other and became best friends. And then we came home from Myrtle Beach. The next big major thing was in 8th grade when he asked me out for the very first time. We dated for like 3 months because how much can an 8th grader date somebody? But broke up because we didn't have a car, so we couldn't really see each other. Fast forward to 2011, Alan had just broken up with his girlfriend, so he didn't have a date for his senior ball. And he asked me if I could go, and of course I said yes. So we went to the dance and had a great time. So he asked me to my dance, and I said yes. So when he came home from college, we went on a date, and before we left my house, he asked me out. We went to a play that my friend was in, and then we went bowling with my group of friends. So we went to my prom and had a great time dancing and hanging out with my friends. The next major thing that happened was us going to Disney. My sister had a softball tournament, so Alan, my dad, and I drove the car down for 24 hours so we could carry all the softball equipment. We stayed in Disney for a week, and we pretty much had free reign of everything. We went to the parks and did everything by ourselves. My parents were with my sister, so we didn't really have them. But it was nice to be able to spend the whole week together and not have to worry about what time we need to be home or who needs to be where for work the next morning or school. It was just nice to have the whole week to ourselves. My senior prom was May 11th, and we went with my best friend and a couple other people we met there. But we basically just danced and had a good time. So on May 7th, we left for Myrtle Beach. My parents had already been down there for a couple days for my sister's softball tournament. We packed up the car and drove the whole 13 hours in one go. He drove. I did not. On the way down, we just kind of sang songs and stopped whenever we could and just had a good time. Down to Myrtle Beach, and we are going to the beach and shopping at like the little local shops and going to dinner. And then on April 10th, we went to shops, and then we also went to Ripley's Aquarium that is right in Myrtle Beach. And then after that, we went back to the hotel and then down to the beach with my parents and my sister for one last beach day. So halfway through, like laying on the beach, Alan gets up and goes back up to the hotel room, not saying what he's doing. So I'm like, okay, so I just stay at the beach. And then my parents went out to dinner that night, so we just stayed in and ordered a pizza. We didn't really feel like going out anywhere. So we just chilled at the hotel and watched TV. And then when they got back, he asked if we wanted to go walk on the beach one last time at sunset. So we walked down to the beach and are walking along, and like halfway through walking back, we sit down and are just talking about what we want to do and how we want to live our life. And then we get up to go walk back. I stand up, but he doesn't. He just gets on his knee, and he doesn't get any words out before I'm bawling my eyes out. And I already obviously know what he's doing. So I obviously say yes, and am bawling and crying. So we probably stand on the beach just hugging and crying for a good 10 minutes before we start walking back to the hotel. So we get back up to our room, and I just walk out onto the balcony where my dad was sitting, and he asked if we have anything we need to share. So I don't even think I said anything. I think I just started crying, and he knew, obviously, that was a yes. So we were standing out there hugging him and my grandfather, and then we went back inside and told my grandma.
So we went back inside.
So we went back inside and told my grandma, who was sitting in the living room. And then after we told her, we went down to my sister's room to tell my mom, who was with my sister's team packing them up so we could get ready to leave the next day. So we get down there, and nobody believed us at first. Like, they didn't think that it was actually what was going on. So all the other girls were excited. My sister kept asking, "No, you're joking. You're lying. You're joking." So now we are 6 months into our engagement, and we are starting the wedding planning process of trying to figure out when we want to have it and where we want to have it. I think we want to do fall, but we're not sure yet. But that's basically my side of the story. How should I end it?
I don't know. Like
Bye!